Well, before I came down to South Africa, I had the chance in our Channel 4 News studios to speak to the novelist Sir Terry Pratchett, a committed and long-standing supporter of the Alzheimer's Society, and himself an Alzheimer's sufferer. I began by asking if it had changed his life, actually telling people he had Alzheimer's.
Hell yes. So many letters, we couldn't answer all of them. We actually really just had to say to the world in general, we're doing our best. Yes.
But you did a great service because you sort of normalised it. People could talk about it.
Well, yes. I think I mentioned before, Richard Dimble, when Richard Dimbleby died, his people mentioned how he had died, which was cancer. And when I heard my diagnosis, my PA, Rob, said, "Who are we going to tell?" And I said, "Let's tell everybody." And that was with our friend in mind.
And now it's not just people are going to talk about it, but political leaders are going to talk about it. They're going to meet at this summit, this G8 summit, and there's going to be a discussion about dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yes.
What would your message to them be?
Give people more money to get this thing out of our hair.
Research.
Exactly.
Are there days when you really forget everything, or is it a very consistent thing?
Look, this is the horrifying thing to me at the moment. I could walk out of here and give you a reasonably sized book that was actually reasonably well written.
You could still write another book now.
Actually, I'm on my way through another one. The last one I wrote is still a bestseller. So are the other ones.
So your creativity has not been damaged, but
No.
don't you sometimes fight for a word when you're writing?
Well, actually, yes. But then, when you're writing an awful, you think, what is the right word here? What is the right? So throughout your life, you're in a sequence like that.
You've already got people talking about Alzheimer's here, and you've got people talking about dementia. But it sounds as if you're keen to hear a sort of international commitment.
Well, yes. 1 in 3 people are likely to die with Alzheimer's. That is what I am told. And yet the amount that goes into Alzheimer's research is far smaller than, as in, say, Richard Dimbleby's cancer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when you talk about death, how do you look at that? Does it make you? Do you feel more that your mortality is more of an issue now, or not?
I think a wise man thinks of death as a friend. If that death comes later, rather than on the first day.
They say this is your last television interview, but it sounds to me as if you've got a few more left in you yet.
I didn't know this. Perhaps people were being kind.
I think I'm going to find myself talking to you same time next year.
I think you might.
I've loved talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for talking to us, and let's hope those G8 leaders, those summit leaders, really do decide to boost research for your condition.
I really hope so. Well, actually, for me, it will be too late anyway, but for my grandchildren, if I have any, well, I have hopes for them.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.